Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today Monday, 25th of April 2016. I am Edward Udedas Thevasagayam. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. Sri Lanka will be an economic hub in the Indian Ocean. PM. Sri Lanka will be turned into an economic and a monetary center in the Indian Ocean where the ordinary citizens in the island will be able to engage in transactions in the monetary market, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said on Saturday. Another headline says, SLFP begins appointing electoral organizers. The Sri Lanka Freedom Party will begin appointing its new electoral organizers today, it is learned. In the process, organizers close to the joint opposition or the faction loyal to former President Mahinda Rajapaksa will be removed. Interviews will be conducted from today to select suitable electoral organizers. A committee comprising Minister Susil Premajayantha and John Senaviratne, former Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne and former Minister Jagath Puspakumara has been appointed in this regard. Another headline says, Sri Lanka SLFP Chairmanship. I would not have accepted had I known what it entitled, Maithripala Sirisena. President Maithripala Sirisena said he would not have accepted the chairmanship of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party had he had any foreknowledge of the harassment he would be subjected to when running the party's affairs. Addressing a political meeting in Ambalangoda on Saturday, he said he assumed that he would receive the same degree of cooperation enjoyed by the party's past leaders when he was elected to the post, with members having raised both hands. Yet as the SLFP leader, I am ready to stand up to these harassments. When I was relaxing at my residence after being sworn in as president, 20-odd SLFPers came to me and asked me to accept the party leadership. Another highlight says, Malaria eradication. Sri Lanka applies for WHO recognition. Sri Lanka, one of the success stories in the eradication of malaria in the region, has applied for World Health Organization certification on a malaria-free Sri Lanka. With that, let's move to daily news. FCID singles out 20 high-profile cases. AG's department to hire 20 more lawyers to facilitate process. Cases deal with ruling coalition and opposition politicos. The Police Financial Crimes Investigation Division has singled out 20 high-profile cases in a bid to fast-track its investigations. A senior officer attached to the FCID said concluding the 20 investigations would be the FCID's top priority in the coming weeks. The officer, however, declined to disclose the 20 cases, saying that would hamper the progress of the inquiries. But some of those cases received wide publicity in the recent past. They involve prominent politicians of both the ruling coalition and the opposition. The cases were selected based on the scale and the seriousness of charges, he explained. Women and Child Abuse Cabinet Subcommittee to oversee drafting legal provisions. The government will appoint a cabinet subcommittee to facilitate the process of drafting legal provisions to ensure a safe and abuse-free society for women and children of the country. The action plan prepared by the task force to prevent violence against women and children was submitted to the Prime Minister on April 22. Police to unite misery of grenade ID found inside it. While speculation is rife that the national identity card found on Saturday along with the hand grenade in Vaunia belonged to a political heavyweight of the Tamil National Alliance, police yesterday said they are yet to establish the owner of the ID by way of verification with the Department of Registration of Persons. Police had also to determine the connection whether the owner of the ID had anything to do with the grenade. NPC federal resolution to be presented to Sampanthan on April 30. The Northern Provincial Council, led by Chief Minister C.V. Vigneswaran, last Friday adopted a resolution to propose a federal state for North and East Tamil-speaking people. The proposal, after incorporating all charges proposed at the Provincial Council meeting, is to be presented to Tamil National Alliance and opposition leader R. Sambandhan on April 30. A copy would also be presented to the Chairman of the Constitutional Assembly, Speaker Karu Jayasuriya, and Constitutional Council Steering Committee Chairman. JHU to go to court against federal demand. Lobbying for a federal state is a violation of the Constitution, Jatika Hela Urmiya media spokesman Nishant Sri Varnasinghe said. Speaking to the Daily News yesterday, he said the JHU would register their protest on the proposal of the Northern Provincial Council to set up a federal state for Tamil-speaking people by merging the Northern and Eastern provinces when it is taken up for discussion at the Constitutional Assembly. Finally, let's move to Ceylon Today. The main headline of the Ceylon Today says, TNA-led NPC taking irresponsible decisions. Cabinet ready to take on NPC, Kabir. The Cabinet of Ministers will take necessary steps if the Northern Provincial Council is taking irresponsible decisions, United National Party General Secretary Kabir Hasim said. Another highlight says, Jayalalitha vows Elam in Sri Lanka. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha yesterday asserted her party would take continuous steps to attain a separate homeland for Tamils in Sri Lanka and demanded that the centre grant dual citizenship for refugees from the island nation living in the state. Sri Lanka to test new dengue vaccine. Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne has informed the Epidemiology Unit to determine whether a new dengue immunization vaccine, which was recently approved by the World Health Organization, can be used on local dengue patients. Minister Senaratne had instructed the Acting Chief Executive Officer of the National Medicine and Drug Regulatory Authority, Dr. Kamal Jayasinghe, to see if the vaccine can be used in Sri Lanka. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to Athavan Newspaper Highlights.